Hello once again, listeners. I'm going to wrap up our political commentary part of our pitches with who I honestly think won the third debate. Maybe not necessarily won all of the debates together, but won at least the third debate in persuasiveness and ability to speak and preparedness. I'm going to start off with the fact that I believe that Obama won this debate because the substance of his ideas. He had a moment where, a very strong moment when his persuasion was at its peak, was when he referred to the fact that we don't fight with horses and we don't fight with bayonets anymore, because the way that we fight has changed and the way the war has changed, and therefore we must change along with the times in terms of the Navy. And this was effective because he was confident and fluid, and he stuck him. It was quick and it was clever, and people like quick and people like clever. And the delivery of history, and with the delivery of history and the need for change, people grab onto that and they soak it up, they love it. And with how quick and prepared he was to deal with the questions, he left Romney in the dust. He really did. He used main points. He would say things like first, second, third. He was very strong. You could see that his impromptu preparedness for this speech. It was basically an impromptu speech. He was asked questions and he had to give answers. You could see that there was still structure to the organization of his thoughts, and he kept things simple. It wasn't most of the time. He most of the time kept things simple. There was a lot of times where he would answer the question and then it was almost as if he had to use the rest of his 2 minutes, to answer the question, and he'd throw in a lot of fluff. But for the most part, the solid answers to his questions were simple and concise and clear. And he was consistent in his beliefs, and he was consistent and actually so consistent that he pointed out Romney's inconsistencies. And it really shined a light on how there's some possible flip-flopping going back and forth in this debate. Now, Romney's approach to the debate was much like Obama's approach to the first debate, very quiet, very reserved, and almost as if he wasn't prepared. It's not that he didn't know what he was talking about, it's just he was somewhere else. Unfortunately, because Romney's approach to the debate was to almost stand by Obama, to agree with him, to dance around questions because he took that approach to the debate, I think it gave Obama the upper hand, and he was in control for most of the questions. Now, Obama played the aggressiveness card, while Romney played the likability card, and I think that this debate ended in Obama's favor just because of that. And the biggest surprise, I think, that watching this debate was how quickly the factual statistics came to mind for both Obama and for Romney, not just with Obama. And I personally thought that there would be more rapport for, and maybe foreign affairs isn't the best place to have rapport with your audience, but it was definitely difficult to sit there and listen to foreign policy and how our future president would deal with things abroad and situations like that. And I think that's partially why the entire debate, Obama and Romney both, they'd answer a question, and then in the fluff of everything that came after their answer to the question was all about how we needed to strengthen our economy at home. They kept coming back to the substance of the two previous debates. We had already gone over it so much, and it's because it's difficult to identify with foreign affairs. People tend not to care so much what happens over there as opposed to what happens here. So I think the debate itself was difficult to watch. So having the idea that Obama came in with the aggressiveness, the assertiveness, prepared, and basically just ran right over Romney, it worked for him in this one. It really did.